change! Dun 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 dun. In my previous Genshin Impact video, I took a big picture look at the first official soundtrack album of the game. But from this video moving forward, I will be picking your favorites. Let's go. Hello, I'm Lionmight. I'm a composer, music producer, and violinist for over 25 years. And if a professional musician's expertise interests you, you're in the right place. Now on to the music. Symphony of the Boreal Wind. I've actually encountered the wolf boss where this music plays, but I haven't heard this in a long time, so we're gonna listen to it kind of fresh. Piano and strings are so elegant sounding. That is a beautiful contrast. Let's listen to that again. So it started with the piano playing legato. Legato is another term for very fluid connected notes. With lots of echo pedal on the piano, making this ethereal sounding soundscape. And then immediately contrasted by making this ethereal sounding dreamlike soundscape. Like this. Very dreamy, dreamlike. Like floating. And the legato strings just reinforcing this dreamlike atmosphere, but suddenly it's immediately contrasted by staccato strings. Staccato is another term for fragmented notes that are shorter and like crispier. See? Ta 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 ta. Very militaristic. Beautiful. Oh my God. What has he done? Yu-peng Chen. You crazy genius. What he's done is he combined this ethereal character of the piano here. Lots of echo, lots of reverb, and then these militaristic fragmented notes. And then he actually combined it with a piano doing ethereal solo lines surrounded by the staccato strings, which is, wow, what a surreal combination. And again, this is another use of that classical descending harmony reminiscent of Chopin's Prelude in E minor. One of the most iconic uses of that downward classical harmonic cadence. It sounds so dramatic, it sounds so elegant, it sounds so melancholic and sad. So many emotions happening all at the same time. Okay, I know that the boss is a wolf, so that kind of French horn or trombone. Ooh, what does that sound like to you? It imitates the howl of a wolf. Ooh. Nice Easter egg right there. So beautiful. That staccato choir. So dramatic. By the way, lots of pauses going on in all of my videos, so I suggest you listen on your own to the music uninterrupted. Oh, wow. This evokes so much aesthetics from Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven combined. But also, it just sounds so grand, so elegant, so dramatic. Like a world-ending, earth-shattering moment where you have to give it your all or else it's all over. Key change! That rhythm, dun, 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 dun. Bum bum. So adventurous, so march-like, very battle cry type of situation right here. Oh my god, this ending right here, there's just something so grand. Then that clock-like music is still playing. Did you really beat the boss? Symphony of Boreal Wind, beautiful. Photon of Fluctuation, aka Mondstadt Battle Theme. Ah, yes. Oh my god. What I love about how Yu-peng Chen composes battle themes is he really starts it low-key and then slowly builds up the tension, maximizing the timbre of the orchestral instruments. Again, one of my biggest praises with Yu-peng Chen's approach to battle music is non-reliance on drums or heavy percussion just to create a heavy sounding atmosphere or tension. No, he actually uses a lot of low sounding string instruments, especially the cello and the bass, especially those staccatos, dun, dun. It just a few notes already creates so much tension on its own. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. Okay, so he has these two types of rhythmic layers here. There are some instruments are sticking to just one pattern, the harp, and then he has these, I would say, bass clarinet or bass saxophone that is just doing these syncopated patterns. So he has these patterns that are doing quarter notes or 16th notes, and he has another counterpart which is doing syncopated notes. So you combine them two, it's like a delicious puzzle interlocking rhythms. And he has just one constant thing, the piano. Dun, 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 dun. That is genius. That is one way to keep things like uniform, but it's like the piano is this traveler. Oh, traveler. Constant traveling, but then every time you move, things change around you. And that is like represented by the other instruments happening around it. Ooh, bass clarinet, so good. A little hopeful quality here. See, this is so good. This is why I love his approach to battle music. No percussion. No percussion. He is actually using the string section, the low string section, almost in a percussive way. And that way, he maintains this kind of in between heavy and kind of light, but doesn't go too heavy because he reserves that for the even bigger boss fights. Because this is Photon of Fluctuation is just a regular battle theme. You sometimes hear it, you just encounter some slimes, and then you hear this battle theme. So he makes it epic, but not too epic because there's bigger fights ahead. Unison. So yeah, wow. Beautiful. So let's dissect it. 3 things that I definitely noticed. Number 1, his approach in composing the form of the piece is very much reliant on that piano leitmotif. Da 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 da. He approached it in a minimal, repetitive style, kind of like in a grindy manner, kind of similar to Philip Glass's approach to minimalism, where he has this minimalistic approach that he just repeats and repeats for the whole piece with minimal evolution. But I think for Yu-peng Chen's approach, he used that minimalistic approach but increased the evolution, the changes in between, and he was using the instruments more in an impressionistic manner, not to convey or create a singable melody. In music, we call that impressionism. Kind of like impressionism in painting, where you have the works of Matisse or Van Gogh, where it's more like a blur of colors. In musical impressionism, we have composers like Debussy or Eric Satie, who are more concerned about giving you this taste of auditory colors rather than giving you an inherent melody, like the John Williams style of melody or Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite, where everything is melody, melody, melody with some color as support. This is kind of like the inverse of that. And just as a bonus, because I am a proud Amber main, I just want to check out the Meeting Amber theme, which is just 13 seconds long. So if any one of you are also Amber mains, rejoice. You are not alone. What a fitting theme for Amber. The gliding champion of Mondstadt, you know, that theme, even if it's just 13 seconds long, has so much character to it, especially the upward motion of the harmony. Very much appropriate for the gliding champion of Mondstadt. Now here's a relaxing announcement for fans of Genshin Impact's music. I'm talking about you. I just dropped a new album of Genshin Impact lullabies from one of my other aliases, Video Game Music Box. Go check it out if you're looking for some cozy music. A Day in Mondstadt. This is like a combination of all the Mondstadt themes. And these are themes that I've heard so many times before because I also play the game. But oh my god, I never get tired of them. So I want to experience that now and kind of dissect the music as we go along. Yes, a beautiful modal folk dronic approach where he is staying this in this one key with a dronic approach, very common in folk medieval music, but also using a modal scale. Modal scale is a specialized type of scale that is more common in folk music. It definitely immediately has this folk quality to it that you will hear more and more in music, like for example the soundtracks of The Witcher, or even in the soundtrack of other fantasy setting films, like for example Shrek or Brave. Yeah, these are the kinds of harmonies that immediately sound so nostalgic, so sentimental. Even if you've probably heard it for the first time, you might have had that feeling of, why am I feeling nostalgic for this tune when I'm only listening to it for the first time? And I think this is one of those cadences, like right here. Yes, so this one, this is the secret right here. It makes you feel all these kind of conflicting emotions leading to a happy resolution. Look at this. It's passing major, minor, and then it ends a very major key happy resolution. But it also made you pass all these like changing emotions, kind of like when you're reminiscing. It's like bittersweet. You're reminiscing something, a happy memory, but also but it's a past memory, so it's kind of bittersweet because you're remembering like happy moments from the past. That short da, 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 and the tension of going up, da, 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 da. You're passing all these conflicting slope of emotions, and then finally at the very end a happy resolution. That is like one of those overly sentimental cadences that I've heard in music. This is probably one of my favorite Mondstadt themes, if not my favorite Mondstadt Town theme, because it is just so calming, so mellow, and I love it so much that I made my own arrangement in my Genshin Impact Music Box album, which you should check out. The harp is always so soothing. Any piece with a harp immediately, like relaxing vibes. Pizzicato strings, when used that way in a very gentle way, it sounds so playful and innocent. Oh my god, the reverb, the echo, and those tiny overtones really is evoking a beautiful new day, the sunrise in the vast wilderness, the huge wilderness, the echoey vibe. You can feel how vast the world of Genshin Impact is with just that piano reverb mix. Oh, wow. Clarinet always has this somber tone, this kind of melancholic tone that is very warm, very gentle, but also kind of sad and sentimental. That huge piano reverb mix and that sentimental sound of the clarinet is just upping the nostalgia factor for this. So even if you've never heard of this music before, you're probably gonna feel some nostalgia just because of that combination. So good. Yu-peng Chen, you genius. The songs I feature are based heavily on your collective voices, so use the comments or the suggestion form in the description. Now here's another video for you to enjoy.